AMD GPU is retarded. That's what I'm going to start with first. I'm also going to start with that if you have an AMD card that is new or old or anything, avoid 1604 like it's the plague, or actually avoid any 4.0 kernel or above like it's the plague. You're just out of luck. And
are you saying I can't use my 4.6 kernel on it?
I'm just saying that you're just out of luck because there are so many things wrong with it. And it's just AMD. It's just AMD, but it's not even AMD's fault this time. It's actually decisions being made in the Linux community. Because I'm going to tell you, the open source drivers are not a one-to-one. They ain't a one-to-one. They never will be a one-to-one. So yeah, it's one of those situations that it's just retarded.
So the moral of the story is, if you're an AMD user, a GPU user, and you want Ubuntu 1604, upgrade with severe caution, or don't.
Or here's the thing. Heaven forbid, save up some money and go buy an NVIDIA card.
And that's coming from an AMD fanboy.
Yes, yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
That's coming from an AMD fanboy. I'm so pissed, you don't even know. Like, there is pissed, and then there's where I'm at right now. Because I have 1604 on a ton of machines, and I can't install it or get it to work right on any of my AMD rigs with the AMD GPUs. CPUs are fine, whatever, they don't give a shit. And actually they perform better with the 4.0 kernels. But on my AMD rigs that have AMD graphics cards, 1604, any Ubuntu, Debian, anything that doesn't allow for the FX, XGLX drivers or whatever, I don't want to use AMD GPU, and I don't want to use I don't want to use the open drivers. I want drivers that were written truly from. I want my Catalyst, because the other drivers are retarded. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's whatever. At that point, basically, to say this, just don't. Just stay 1404, and just you've got PPAs. Use them, abuse them, make them your friend. Doesn't matter. Just do it. You gotta do it for now. And am I a horrible person for saying that? Yes, I'm an absolutely horrible person. And there are people out there that will leave comments, even though there's not very many that would care.
Send your hate mail to System at linuxtechandgaming.com.
Yes.
And that will go automatically to the trash because no one cares. The point being that I'm making right here is, I love AMD. I've been running AMD forever. And, I'm one of those people. I've got, a 290X with 8 gigs of RAM because I want it. And there are things I do that require it, but that's beside the point. The thing is that it is what it is, and it's just what we're going to have to deal with. Maybe when the next generation AMD stuff, but I've given up to care. So where I'm replacing things that I need to be able to do stuff with, I'm begrudgingly replacing them with NVIDIA things under Linux because I don't have a choice, and I don't like it. I don't like not having a choice anymore. And so if I have to do something and it's going to be game related or it's going to be anything that I need, I'm having to replace it, or I'm having to rip out Linux and load something else that we don't want to talk about. But anyway, we will at the end of this. We'll talk about it. But yeah, okay. So there's this new game. So this new game. Who wants to go over the game? Who wants to talk about the new game?
So the latest hottest game, I guess you could say, for Linux right now is Stellaris. So you should check that out. It is what they would classify it as a pausable real-time strategy. Pausable real-time strategy is something that you can compare to like Civilization 5, that type of game. And it is made by Paradox, the same people who made City Skylines, Europa Universalis, and Pillars of Eternity. Those are the same guys. So it's good developers, good games. So pretty much the point of the game is you build a galactic empire either by using diplomacy, so you can you can be smart and do deals with the opposing forces, or you can brute force your way through and completely ruin all the other solar systems, I guess, and kill everything.
They must die.
that was mind blowing. This game does look great. It's getting very great reception from the community and the reviewers alike. And I will be looking at this game pretty soon on my YouTube channel, since Paradox was nice enough to forward me a key for this, which I was actually surprised of. But anyways, I think everybody should check this game out. Now, the price on this game is, I gotta pull that up because I don't have it. The price on this game is an amazing $39.99. So this is actually, I don't know. I think we need a new classification for games. You got your AAA games, you have your indie games. I think I'm gonna call it something like this. I don't want it to sound like it's berating the game.
No,
but
it's your bread and butter games, man. It's your bread and butter games. It's the games you want to play because they're good to play. And you know what? You like your AAA titles. That's like eating a nice brand new donut. And you like your indie games. That's like a snack, right? But you need your bread and butter games. Your games that you want to invest your time in. Games that you want to, take out for a spin. Try it out, play it hard. Get all filled up inside, right? Like your Civ games and the games like that. They're your bread and butter games. They're your good, hearty. Everything's there, all-inclusive. They just work, they play, they're awesome and amazing games. And that's what they are. They're the bread and butter games. They're not your triple titles, where your triple titles are kind of like a donut. You kind of feel them in the tummy region after you're done playing them. And they're not your indie games, which are kind of like snacks. And you're like, yeah, they're great, and they're, you eat them here and there, but they're just... But you've got to have those bread and butter games. They're amazing and wonderful. And every time you get a bread and butter game, you just feel good inside after you play the game. You feel good. You feel like you accomplished something, And that's what that game is.
I was gonna go for something more simpler, like B game. This is a B title.
No, it's a bread and butter game, man.
Well, B could stand for bread and butter if you wanted to.
Whatever. No.
How about double A? Does that work?
No.
Double A, yeah, that also works.
No,
B sounds like it's berating it. That's why.
That's what I'm saying. No.
Double A. It is definitely a double A.
No, think of it as a meal. I disagree. I'm a fat boy. I say think of it like food. Right?
Okay, but would you say Civilization 5 is a AAA game? I think that is.
No, I would say it's a bread and butter game. I would say that yes, it is quality-wise a AAA title, but I would say I'm still going to play the game 6 months, a year. I still play the freaking game.
Time out. Hold on. Are you implying that you can't play AAA games for 6 months? That's what it sounded like.
No. Name 3 AAA games that you still play that came out in 2013.
Well, since I am not playing on the platform that those games are on, that's kind of a loaded question. But I could tell you games that are AAA games that you could play. Skyrim, AAA, replay value through the roof.
Right, but I consider Skyrim a bread and butter game. I consider it to be a long-term playable game. When I'm talking AAA titles, like crazy titles like that, I'm thinking COD, I'm thinking Battlefield, I'm thinking like a racing game, a soccer game. Now, there are some racing games that are really good bread and butter games.
Wait, Battlefield for a lot of people is a bread and butter game, as you call it. That is a game that to this day people are still playing Battlefield 4 by the server loads.
Okay, but have they released a Battlefield 5 yet?
They will in the coming months. Battlefield, it's called Battlefield 1.
But see, Battlefield 5 will replace Battlefield 4.
But Battlefield came out... You know how long ago Battlefield 4 came out?
Yes, but Battlefield 4 replaced Battlefield 3, who replaced Battlefield 2, who replaced Battlefield 1. It's not the same. It's It's not the same.
Civilization 5
Because-
replaced Civilization 4. What are you talking about?
No, but there are people that still play Civ 4 just as much as they play Civ 5.
And guess what? There's a lot of servers with Battlefield 3 players on it right now.
Okay.
You won't have a hard time finding any matches on it.
Okay, but I go back to the point of this, that my point for me is that even if it's not... Now, I still think Stellar would be a AAA title game if it was from a studio that would be classified as a AAA title studio, right? If say, for example, a big title studio released that game, like Sid Meier's released the game, you know. So if it was a name, well, which it is technically, I guess that is a triple titles studio. They did City Skylines, which by the way is also a good bread and butter game, but that's not the point. The point that I'm talking about is that the game has replayability, it's consistent, and even if they release a newer game, it's still a game you want to play. Because
I mean, that's all fair to say, but I don't know what that has anything to do with AAA or not AAA. Those are all personal preferences.
Then really, why should we classify it a difference between a AAA title versus a non-AAA title? Why don't we just classify it as...
Because it's easy. It's easy to refer to in one word. That's why. AAA titles basically mean something with large budgets, more or less.
Okay. Here's a question: the Batman game that was so horrible,
AAA game,
was a AAA game, right? But it was a horrible game.
AAA doesn't mean good. AAA just means big budget. Call of Duty has probably the biggest budget of all budgets, and it's not good.
Well, there are people that would disagree with you on that.
They're sheeple. They should jump off walls.
Okay, but anyway, back to the point that I'm saying. There are good games. This is a high quality, good game, worth your money. It's worth more than your money. It's worth more than what they're asking for it. And when it goes on sale, you should buy 2 copies. Not just 1, but 2. And give it to a friend. Because it's worth more of your money. And even if it's on Linux, just prove that we want this stuff. They know our money's good. If we continue to give them money, they'll make more stuff for us. But the point being for me is, I don't believe in the AAA title thing. I think it's retarded. I don't care about big budget movies. I don't care. If it's a good movie, it's a good movie. If it's a good game, it's a good game. If I'm willing to play the game, it's going to take my time. It's going to be something worth playing, and I'm going to spend my money on it. Like Insurgency, for example. A really awesome game. I can spend hours playing the game. Would I say that they needed a really huge budget to do it? No, but they achieved what was needing to be achieved to make the game good. That's the point. And if they can make a better version, and they can do better with it, that's even more for me. And you know, it's the same thing. Like, now there's this other game out there, and I know I'm going to get off topic here, but there's this other game these people want on Linux that I don't think should ever come to Linux. It's that stupid ball game where you drive around in cars and you hit it. That game is retarded. But that's my opinion.
Well, why shouldn't it come to Linux though? It's probably it's the most popular indie game in the last year, 2 years, 3 years, however long it's been out.
And it's the most popular game, and it hasn't come to Linux. Yeah.
I don't even understand. You said you shouldn't come to Linux. Why shouldn't it?
No, I don't think it should come to Linux because it's a piece of crap. It's a stupid game.
Wait, Linux has literally hundreds of games that are pieces of crap already on it. Every platform has hundreds of games that are crap.
No, it's a game that should just die. That's all I say. I hate the game. I think it's stupid and retarded.
Don't knock it till you try is what I hear.
I have tried it, and I still think it's stupid and retarded. I should not have to use a controller to play the stupid game. I don't want to use a controller. I want to use a mouse and keyboard.
Okay.
But it's controller first.
It definitely is. Platform games are usually controller first. There's lots of games that are controller. Racing games are controller first. But yeah.
I don't know. I played Need for Speed with a mouse and keyboard, so...
You can do that. But
Anyway, what's our next thing? Oh yeah, this week's top 10 Linux bestsellers on Steam. Guess what? Ark is number 1. And then Stellar is number 2.
Yeah,
and some other weird game called Counter-Strike Global Offensive? I don't really know what that is. I've never played that. Oh wait, no, I've played that game. Yeah, it's actually, yeah. And then what is this Darkest Dungeon thing?
I'm not familiar with it, but it looks to be a. So it's kind of like the game that I just recently did a video on, which is called Overwatch, or Overfall,
Okay.
one of the two. What it is some type of hybrid roguelike kind of game, with a very high amount of artistic style to it. I didn't play this one, but I did play is it Overwatch or Overfall? One of the two. Overwatch. And no, Overwatch is the game, the other game. Overfall, I keep getting them mixed up. Overfall is the game that's on Linux that's like this. And it was a surprise to how good that type of game is, because I'm not really a big fan of roguelikes personally. But yeah, that's Darkest Dungeon, which is pretty popular right now. War game franchise pick. Pack, I mean pick.
But you skipped one. Gang Beasts. I'm still to this day confused about this game. This game is just it's. Atomic, can you please bring up the video for this game?
All right.
This game is. I watched the video and I was so confused because I have no idea what the point of this game is. Like,
it looks retarded.
It is a 4-player goat simulator beat 'em up, basically.
Goat Simulator beat 'em up.
Basically, it has the ragdoll physics engine crap.
Yeah, I was confused. Like, if you like that kind of game,
well,
power to you.
You have to also preface it with it's a Double Fine game, so take that into account.
It's a what?
Double Fine. Double Fine produced this game.
Oh, okay. That explains a lot, sort of. Out of this list, like. Okay, so I'm just gonna give a rundown of the rest of them that's left. You got the War Game, Factorio, Rust, Gary's Mod, which I didn't even realize you bought that. I thought that was like an add-on, and then Hearts of Iron 4. So those are the last on the list of the top 10. Have you played how many of these games have you guys actually played?
Nearly half.
I've played Counter-Strike, Global Offensive. Not a lot. I just haven't got into that Twitch shooting kind of thing. I've played Gary's Mod.
Which I still don't understand to this day, but yeah.
I've played Terraria, which has made it into the list on my end. Your stuff kind of got out of order here.
Okay. Yeah, Terraria is probably high up there too. I played Rust. You can add that to that list. I have Stellaris, which I was supposed to play this weekend, but I'll play this week. And none of these other ones that we have on the list now.
Well, I mean, I don't like Rust because of certain things, but it has nothing to do with the actual game itself. There's just things about the game I don't like. That's why I like Ark, because it has dinosaurs, and I don't have to stare at things I don't want to stare at.
Well, there's a censorship.
You know that they don't just have dangling penises in Rust now. They do have dangling boobs.
I understand that, and that's fine. I prefer dinosaurs, though. See, that's the thing. I will trade dangling things for dinosaurs.
That's just weird.
That's why it's number one on the list as something that people want to buy and play. And Rust is what? The 7th?
No, but Rust has been on this list for a long time.
Yes, but has it ever made number one? Has it ever been number one?
I don't know if number one matters if you've been on there for 12 months. But anyway.
Hashtag System rides Dinocock.
I don't ride Dinocock. I have a Dinocock, but I don't ride Dinocock. Okay, maybe that wasn't child sensitive. Well, I've already cursed a few times, so I guess this isn't child sensitive anyway.
We aren't child friendly now.
Oh, we're not child friendly. Oh, we've never been child friendly. There should
Fuck
be a
no.
disclaimer. Okay, so here's the thing that I have kind of hinted at the whole time. I'm going to force us to get into this because we're running out of time pretty quick. Yeah. And this will probably be cut down so that we can not be running on time. But so why do? Okay, so with this has gone back and forth between the three of us. All right. Atomic gives us a hard time. Me and Osiris both have Windows. We do have Windows for reasons. I have it for work. Osiris has it because sometimes he likes to play Windows games, but I have to deal with it for work. And I do play Windows games now, more so than I used to, because a lot of times I would just try to get things to work in wine, and I got really aggravated with it. And so
Oh my
now
God, wine.
Anyway, not the point. The point being is, why still have Windows? Because I absolutely can't stand Windows 10, but with work, I've got to deal with it twice now. I have to deal with it. Like, I've got on 2 machines now. They don't belong to me to deal with work, but the deal is I have to have them, and I can't run Linux, and they told me I can't run Linux, and they told me I can't re-image the machine and put Linux on it because I have to have PowerShell, and they told me that I can't PowerShell on Linux, and I'm like, what? I can figure it out, and they told me no, I have to use Windows. So anyway, Atomic, you have said repeatedly, my friend, repeatedly, and you need to bring all 3 of us up on this right now. You need to have all 3 of us up. Come on, bring us all up. All right, you have said repeatedly, you do not, will not, don't like, absolutely hate, will not run Windows at all. And what does it say that both Osiris and I run? I'm looking at you, buddy. Osiris and us both run Windows right now. Even though, here's the thing, I haven't run Windows in a very, very long time. And as much to the point that this is kind of a new thing again. I ran it in a VM here and there, and I did have a Windows machine on the laptop, and then Windows 10 decided to kill the laptop, and I had to resurrect it, and I pulled a Jesus on the laptop, but that's not the point. Yes, I put religion in there. The point being, just to jab it at Atomic. Atomic, what is your vote for Windows?
Fuck no.
Exactly. Osiris, what is your vote for Windows?
To play what I need to play, I don't care.
It's a keep, right? So you
Yeah.
said keep or no, right? And your vote is keep, and I have to say it's a keep now, right? I've gotten some games to work in wine. Atomic, why do you say no? What is it about Windows that you hate so much?
Because I've actually used it.
But
We've
don't
all
you
used
have?
it.
But here's the question: didn't you have a device that ran Windows for a while, like a tablet or a small?
The Hera tablet?
The Hera
Yeah.
tablet. That's what you call it. The Hera tablet. Does it still run Windows?
It does.
It still runs Windows. So you do have a Windows machine in your house.
Which has not been booted up in 2 months.
Oh, the Hera tablet hasn't been booted up in 2 months. But you have a machine that has a Windows key on it, and the operating system in the machine is Windows.
And I don't game on it.
Well, I understand you don't game on it. I'm not supposed to technically game on the machine that I have, but I do, because, well, it can.
I think you can sum it up like this. It's all about priority. Because you'd be crazy to say that there isn't things that Windows can do, or because of software that Linux can't do. There isn't thing that Windows can do that Linux can't do because of software. That's just a fact. There is no Adobe, and it doesn't matter whether you like it or not. That people use it. There's no Sony Vegas. There's no Doom. Hopefully that changes. Et cetera, et cetera. And as long as that disparity lives, and people and other people use it, because I actually support other people in real life, I will keep Windows around. It just has to be that way.
So I have I have a small word. Whenever I hear someone say, "Well, I use Windows," I always reply, "Damn." Every time, damn. Because Windows is like drugs, right? Like, you use it, it's like an addiction. Like, you have to use it. I could boot up my Linux machine, but Windows is already open. I can do this, and I can use Chrome, and I can do this and this stuff. The reason is it depends on the needs. That's the first letter in damn. Second one is at this time there is just a need for some crappy Windows until we can get some Vulkan all across the board, you know? And that goes back to that. Many people just can't use Linux. Too much choice or too much retarded. Who knows?
I think you misspelled it there or mispronounced it. It's Valcoon the way you spelled it there in the doc.
You know what?
What the fuck?
Google auto-changed that on me. I spelled it correctly, by the way. I did, and it changed it.
You know what?
So,
I think I like Valcoon better anyways.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. So you guys totally threw me out. So the last letter is N, and nothing is truly free, and Microsoft is edging that.
I think you skipped M.
Yeah,
No,
you skipped.
I didn't. I said many people just can't use Linux. Too much choice or too much retarded. Who knows? And nothing is truly free, and Microsoft is edging that bet. And in the end, as they push Windows 10 down every user's throat, they will get it. And they're giving it away for free. So
till July.
They're literally...
Till July.
No. No, I've heard rumors. That it's not till July. That it's going to extend. They're going to do it until every Windows machine that is currently active, that is non-enterprise, is running Windows 10. That is the intent. That is their goal.
I believe it.
I telegrammed you guys earlier. They've already taken predominant share of the desktop market for gaming, which would probably indicate the larger picture.
Well, and in the end, all I can say is damn every time with this. Because I don't have a choice. I got to use Windows whether I want to use it or not. And I'm damned to use it. I'm damned if I don't. I don't really know what to do with it. And so that's the point. That's why I have that acronym. Because it's fucking drugs, man. It's just
what's so bad about Windows 10 is not that it's Windows 10 to me. It's that unlike Windows 7 and earlier, at least it was just an operating system at that point. Everything wasn't well connected to everything else.
Preach it, brother. Preach it.
I understand when I buy a Google device that Google's going to be I don't like to say spying. It's not spying. Spying is when you don't know that somebody's taking your information and they're watching you. It's a mutual relationship.
But Google tells you.
Yeah, so
Google tells you that they're doing that. They actually are completely upfront about it, and they say, "Hey, this app it wants to do this. Here are the options in the menu that let you tell you." Windows doesn't do that. If you don't know, it gives you, let's do it the easy way, or you have to click a bunch of extra buttons to turn me off, to make me not.
Some of the stuff is not even awful bold. That's what's really that's what really should raise your attention. That you have to actually do OS hacks to get some of the stuff to stop sending information, That goes back to the same issue with this is the real issue I have with it. It's not that it's Windows for me. It's that this is my stuff. I went and bought. It's not even an OEM box. I went and bought this thing, and this thing. I put these things together. Now I need something to control these things. The operating system is what you use to control said things. But this operating system, for some reason, wants to take my $1,000 or however much you put in your computer and decide that it owns it now. That's a problem. A serious problem. Otherwise, I'm not anti-Windows. I'm just pro-Linux. But that's the problem with Windows 10 for me. Besides the fact that if you watch social media, you can get all your laws by watching people complain about the various things wrong with Windows 10. The QA is complete crap now. The QA in Windows 10 is crap. You can plug a USB device into something and it just shuts the computer down. For whatever fucking reason. You can do this and the computer shuts down. You do that and the computer won't boot back up.
Oh, you can put the computer to sleep and it'll kill the battery. You can put a laptop to sleep, it'll kill the battery and the hard drive. Then it won't ever come back up. Then you have to replace the hard drive and the battery. Another one. You can power off your computer correctly, boot back up, it's powered on, updated itself, and then powered off in a different state later. On its own, without your interaction.
Not even surprised.
Yeah. You boot down Windows 7, and you end up with Windows 10.
It's I just typed in Google Windows problems, and they're on Tech Radar. There's a article 20 common Windows problems. Number one was what you just said. One day you'll end up with one version, and then the next day it'll be Windows 10. Surprise, butt sex. Trouble, and then this leads into the next part. Once it upgrades, you're not even guaranteed that your key is valid anymore. So you might have a legit copy of Windows 7, upgrade to Windows 10, and now it's not legit anymore. What the hell do you do at that point? Get owned, get wrecked. And it keeps going on. And then, and then they throw in nifty little features like, now you can take your cell phone out when you blue screen and get the QR code, the little barcode thing, and it should tell you.
But that shouldn't have to be a thing.
I mean,
that shouldn't have to be a thing.
It's not a thing. Like, it's not going to give you any more information than the stupid code that's on the screen. It's retarded. That's not how you handle that situation.
Okay, but here's the thing. It's like crack cocaine. It's like drugs. It is what it is. It's once you're hooked on Windows, you just don't. And then we could go with the whole Mac thing, but that's a whole other can of worms. But it really is that point now. It is they are giving it away for free just to get everybody who is already using Windows using the new Windows.
Well, let's play devil's advocate though. I don't know if that's a terrible idea either, because you know what they're doing, right? They're going the rolling release way. They're doing the Linux thing. I don't roll. I don't like Arch in the aspect of I don't roll Arch. Well,
I LTS the kernel and I lock that crap down, and I don't update unless I absolutely have to.
Well, not like Arch. It's more like Ubuntu. It's roll as is. It keeps
Ubuntu
on moving.
Ubuntu is not rolling.
Well, we all understand that, but follow me now. It's as in the fact that it continually will become updated as a single product. There's not going to be no supporting Windows 7, supporting Windows 8, supporting, I guess XP is no longer supported, but people are still using it. I would even bet that companies are still using it for whatever reasons. I know
if you looked, I think, did we have a page up about this?
About what?
Or not? Or maybe I'm thinking about this from some other show, but I saw a thing that showed the market share. There was still Windows 2000 in there, and then Windows Other.
Which would probably be, what, 98?
No, 3.1. That is the most common Windows Other machine because they were in so many embedded devices. Windows 3.1, Windows Worker are all under embedded. And then you've got Windows CE, and you've got Windows RT, and then you've got Windows. So you've got all of these embedded devices that are other. Which, by the way, Windows XP still runs on ATM machines. I have seen pictures of ATM machines in foreign countries that are still running Windows XP.
Oh, they still do it here in this country. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
No, it's not a way I would like to secure my money, but yeah. Apparently it's a thing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you know what. Here's my final verdict on it. Simply as a desktop doing desktop things, I don't really care. It is if you need things that Windows does, then whatever. But outside of that, well, I don't think Windows is great as a server. Windows is definitely not great as a mobile device. I can speak from a fact because I have one. My cell phone provider is like, hey, switch back to us and we'll give you a free Microsoft phone. Bam, Microsoft phone. That's
and you
probably
see, that is why you're a heretic. A dirty, filthy heretic.
Yeah, whatever. It changes nothing.
Now here's the question: did your phone upgrade to Windows 10?
No, here's the irony. Here's the funny part. People are having a hard time actually people want their phones to go to Windows 10 because you want your phone to be newer, and you can't even get the fucking update for Windows 10 on your phone. What the fuck? Are you kidding me?
Well, I don't know. I'm at the point right now where I'm very happy with my Nexus device and the fact that it gave me the option to go to the beta to check out Android in. But if I was at the point to where I was very dependent on something and then it changed without my knowledge, then that would piss me the hell off. Oh wait, it has pissed me the hell off because it has done that.
I would argue that if Windows 10 updates went smoothly, no one would care. As long as it went smoothly. Like, you just woke up and all your files were there, all your stuff was there. The majority of the population would not care. They'd be like, son, this weird menu, something's weird about this crap, but my shit's still here. Everything still works. I'm cool. But unfortunately, there is a multitude of things that break once Windows decides to upgrade. And I'm not even going to get into the fact that even if you don't, like, let's say you're smart enough to keep it from upgrading, it is taking I think it's 8 gigs of drive space just holding Windows 10 for you. Hey, you know, we got Windows 10 on deck for you. It's sitting right here on your hard drive, chilling. And then at some point, they had to have downloaded that 10 gigs, so that's bandwidth. Without asking.
Oh, yeah, but here's the even greater of parts. If you know what Windows 10 is doing, here's the thing. There's an option in Windows 10 where it will connect with others' Windows 10 machines and share data to pull down updates.
Yep. True story.
It aggregatively works with other Windows machines and pulls down updates that way. I don't want my computer to touch other computers on the network. I don't want my Windows 10 machine to touch other Windows 10 machines out on the internet. Okay? My router is supposed to be my internet condom. I do not want Windows poking holes in my internet condom so that it can go out and impregnate other Windows machines with Windows 10. I don't want that. I don't want it.
That sounds like an excellent movie. We'll call it The Matrix LTG edition. There will be poking holes in condoms everywhere. Internet condoms.
Well, I'm hoping that we'll get some good bits out of this so that we can, do some outtakes and make multiple content, I guess, with this show. Because, we've got enough content here to do like 3 days. I'm just kidding.
For sure. Well,
with you around, we got plenty of outtakes.
Oh, absolutely. Outtakes, ladies. Outtakes. All right.
I think there has been enough things said about all the things.
All right.
So Tommy, well, what you got for us?
Well, go and check out our website, lextechandgaming.com. You can view our past shows, tutorials, and game reviews. And you can view the blog post I made criticizing Valve about their Steam hardware survey. Go check that out.
It's an open letter.
Yeah. Hey, Gabe Newell, call me. I'll teach you how to do business.
Wow.
And, while you're there at our website, you can find our Twitter, our Google+, the sites that we stream to, and the Steam group, which acts as our official forum.
Indeed. Specifically on the Twitter thing, go ahead and follow on Twitter, which is at Linux_TAG.
Yeah, down there.
Down there.
Right below you.
Right below. Yeah.
And if you want to follow us individually, if you want us, you want to send me direct hate mail through Twitter, you can follow me at Systrom. If you want to give Atomic, a Twitter, whatever, you can get him, and then right there, he's pointing at it, and then if you want to hit up Mr. Osiris, you can get him at Osiris, And
good time. That's relevant because we do play games as LTG quite often, several times a week. If it's not all of us, it's at least one of us. With other people playing games like Insurgency, Broforce, Fistful of Frags, and Team Fortress 2, so on and so on. Anyways, we play games. That's the whole point. At the end of the day, we can argue all the politics about all the things, but it's all about the games. That's what I'm here for.
All about the frags, ladies. All about the frags.
But I think that's our show for tonight.
Yep. See y'all later, everybody.
Peace.
Bye.